Happy evening, everybody. My name is Shalini N. Prasad. Today, I would like to speak about personality development. Personality development is a vast topic. Before we know what personality development is all about, first thing that we need to know is what is personality. Personality is nothing but the public image that a person carries. We identify a person with his image. If we say that a person has a good personality, that shows that he is showing certain characteristics, certain behaviors that gives an impression that he is of a good personality or he is possessing a good personality. Now, coming to personality development, there are so many ways in which a person can develop his own personality, be it interpersonal relationship, be it communication skills, or be it the way a person carries himself, a person dresses himself, the way a person walks. All these things can be reformed, refined, and improved. Now, personality development has so many types. Now, I would like to mention about 9 personality types and give examples of people whom we associate that particular personality type. Now, the first personality type is perfectionist. Who is a perfectionist? A person who wants things to be right always can be called as a perfectionist. Now, if I give you an example, you will very easily relate to this kind of personality. The person is, we keep hearing about him, Amir Khan. Amir Khan is called as the person, perfectionist or Mr. Perfectionist. Why? Why do we always associate Amir Khan with the personality type of perfectionist? Because he works very hard to achieve what he has achieved in life. Now, he knows what is right and what is best for him. Another example that I would like to quote, the best example that I have looked upon as a perfectionist is Mr. N.R. Narayan Murthy. Mr. N.R. Narayan Murthy comes from a very humble family. He struggled a lot during his initial days. He was not able to get into IIT, but still he made it big in the software industry. He ruled the roost in the software industry when it was initially introduced in India. So I can call him as perfectionist. Now this is one kind of personality that we can talk about. The second kind of personality is helpers. These kind of people have a helping attitude. They are more into giving than taking. The best example that I can quote is Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was a saint. She was bestowed upon sainthood. That is something that humanly not possible. A person who is always a giver. So that is one kind of personality that we can associate with that person. Now coming to another one, romantics. These kind of people who possess romantic kind of personality always find something very nice, something very beautiful in the nature. They always they always admire the beauty of the nature. Best example that I can quote here is M.F. Hussain. M.F. Hussain was a romantic. We can see the way he used to paint. His paintings are world famous. Another personality that I want to say is achievers. These are people who have a never give up attitude in life. We can give innumerable examples of people who are achievers. In your own life, you can give some examples of your own family members who are achievers. Now here I would like to take an example of Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar was a biggest achiever in the field of cricket. Yes, there are other people who have achieved, but we quote this example because always if we associate cricket with something, that the first name that we get in our mind is Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. Had Sachin thought that why should I play, why should I try, many times India is losing, why should I play more, why should I achieve something, then would we call him as an achiever? Absolutely not. we would not have called him an achiever. There are times when Sachin Tendulkar has also failed, but he became an achiever only because he has a never give up attitude in life. So this is one kind of personality. Another kind of personality is asserters. These are people who try to know the depth of any field that they are in. They are the people who assert, who think, who always think in a logical way and give examples. Best example is Mr. T.N. Seshan. I can call him as a person who has an asserter kind of a personality. Now there is another personality type, that is questioners. Yes, questioners. Now the best example that I can give for questioners is my own classroom. I am a teacher. I have around 40 students in my class, and many of them are questioners. Each time they ask, "What is this, teacher? Why is this so? How is it possible?" These are people who possess this personality as questioners. Now, the famous example that I want to take is Shabana Azmi. She was a questioner. She was a social reformer. She worked towards the betterment of women empowerment. Had she not questioned certain things that are happening in the society, possibly we couldn't change the society. So these are people who have this kind of personality that is called as questioners. Others are adventurers. Adventurers are people who love adventures. Who doesn't love adventure? But not everybody is called as an adventurer. Now, a mountain climber is an adventurer. A bungee jumper is also an adventurer. Yes, so we know this kind of people possess this kind of personality, and they are called as adventurers. Now, the best example is Vijay Mallya. Yes, Vijay Mallya can be called an adventurer because of the various things that he has done that he shouldn't have done in life. Now, observer. There are some people who have this personality as observers. What do? They observe. They keenly see what is going on, how is it going on. These people have a very quiet kind of a personality. They may not talk too much, but they will be observing you. Yes, this is also one kind of personality. An example that I want to quote here is Amartya Sen. Amartya Sen was a very good observer. He was a Nobel Prize winner too. Now coming to another ninth type of personality called as peacemakers. Yes, peacemakers. In our own friends group, we will definitely have one peacemaker. If two people are fighting, these people come in between. They say, "No, please don't do that. Please don't do this. Say sorry." Yes, we have heard so many people who work as a peacemakers. So these are the 9 kind of personalities that a person can possess. Now, why did I quote all these examples? Because it becomes very easy for us to know who and how are these people associated with what kind of personality. Now coming to why is personality development important? Personality development is very, very important. It is not for it is not only for people who are very famous who need this personality development, because not because everybody should know how he has to behave when he goes into a society. Even now I am a teacher. Now there is certain decorum. There are certain things that I need to follow as a teacher. Now, personality development is important because it will help us improve the skills that we already have. Yes, some people we have to analyze ourselves. What is it that I am lacking? If I am lacking in communication skills, there are so many places, so many ways of learning communication skills. If I do not have interpersonal skills, or interpersonal personal relationship is not correct, then I can still improve. So that is where this personality development comes into picture. Now there are certain kinds of personality development that we generally speak about. The first thing is body language. Body language speaks volumes about a person. Now let us imagine we are sitting in a place where a person is talking, and there are 10 to 15 people who are sitting and listening to that person. But there is one person who is crossing his legs, who is constantly shaking his hands, who is constantly tapping his fingers. What is it that we understand? We understand that this person is not interested in listening to the person who is speaking. That shows he may not speak, or he may not have said that he is not interested, but what he is doing, how is he fiddling his fingers or his legs, gives out the impression that he is not interested in listening to the person who is speaking. So this is nothing but body language. Body language is like a signal. It is like it is a leaker. It leaks out even though you don't have to speak, but your body, your facial expressions, the way you use your hands, the way you cross your legs shows that this person is either interested or not interested. So we need to work, when we are working on personality development, we need to work on our body language. The person whom we are speaking to, whom we are communicating, should not get a feeling that he or she is not interested in speaking to us. This is about body language. What to avoid? What are the things that we need to avoid in order to give out wrong signals to the person? First thing is, do not bite your nails. Yes, that is a very bad habit. Do not bite your nails in front of others. Do not fiddle in with your pockets. Do not use coins in the hands and keep fiddling with them. Or do not keep something that distracts the other person who is talking to you. Don't sit cross-legged. Always have open arms and open legs so that the other person feels that the other person with whom we are communicating is ready to talk to us or is ready to listen to us. These are some things that we need to avoid, and this is major important rule in developing one's own personality. These things are not difficult if we know what we have to do, if we know what is right, what is wrong. But developing a good body language is not at all difficult. The next thing is leadership qualities. Yes, if you have to have a good personality, you should possess leadership qualities. Now, what are these leadership qualities? A leader should always be approachable. I should never feel fear to approach my leader. A leader should lead and should know the problems of his peers or his team. He should not behave like a boss just because he is a leader. He should know that he has to lead, he has to ensure that his team members are at par with whatever the goals or the whatever we need to achieve. Anything. It may be a teamwork effort, or it may be deadlines, or anything like that. So a leader should always show the right path. Possessing leadership qualities is also very important. A person should be well disciplined. He should know how to talk. He should know what not to talk. That is very important. What not to talk is also very important as a good leader. And another thing is self-disciplined. Unless a leader performs, unless a leader shows that what he is doing is right, the people who are following him will not do so. This is one very important aspect of personality development. Another thing is time management. Time management is very, very, very important. No one has the right to waste the other person's time. Now, if let us imagine a situation where a certain team is working on certain deadlines, and meeting this deadline is very, very important. So what is the thing, what is one thing that should be common among everybody in the team? They should be aware of the deadline. They should know why is this deadline important. Even if one person lags behind, the entire team will miss the deadline. So time management is very important. If you have promised somebody that you will be there, or you will meet him or her at 10 a.m., you should be 5 minutes before, but not 5 minutes after. That is time management. This shows how you are as a person. Your personality traits will come into picture. So time management is very important. Having a positive approach towards it. No, do not take it for granted. If you are self-disciplined, time management becomes very easy for you. Now, next thing is having a positive attitude. Yes, if you do not have a positive attitude, it is impossible to have a good personality. Now, first thing, I should not say, oh, I cannot do it. Instead, why should I not give a try? Let me give a try. There is nothing wrong, right? Nobody will punish you if you have failed. So why not give a try? Always try to have a positive attitude towards anything. anything and everything, having a positive attitude is very, very, very important. Why am I stressing on this is that a person without a positive approach on anything can achieve nothing in life. Now, enthusiasm. You should have that enthusiastic feeling. You should have that energy. Unless you focus your energy on doing something, unless you are enthusiastic or happy about doing something, you cannot let it be a small task. That small task also cannot be completed without the enthusiasm or the energy. So this is one important aspect of personality development. Another thing is self discipline. You should be disciplined. You should know what is right, what is wrong, and how to behave, how not to behave. The last one that I would like to quote is willpower. Unless you have a strong willpower, you cannot achieve anything. Here I would like to quote example of my own mother. My mother battled cancer. We gave up on her. She was not responding to any medicines, but she had a very strong willpower. She wanted to live. She wanted to see her son and daughter getting married and settled in life. It was only because of her willpower that she lived. Even the doctors were surprised that she was living only because none of the medicines were working for such a terminal um, disease or terminal illness, I should say. Now, how and why are this personality development important? You should know. You should never compare yourself with others. Nobody is right. Never compare yourself with others. Never ever feel that you are low. All these things overall will help you in having a good personality. So personality development is definitely not very easy, but not that difficult to follow or achieve. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about this topic. And this is as part of my assignment 8. Thank you.